basically came in and decided to nominate him or have him step up and lead and become the executive power. Now, when Parliament, which is what the legislative branch is called, or which is part of the legislative branch with Mr. Cameron, when they vote on a law or they're trying to pass a bill, what happens is the Prime Minister votes along with the Parliament. So there's the integration, they're interrelated, and the Prime Minister votes on the laws within the legislative branch. With the United States, Barack Obama, completely separate, a separate entity, a separate branch. The Prime Minister, although he is the executive power, he is a part of the legislative branch. Here's our little Parliament members. And Parliament also has cabinet members that are appointed. We will discuss that further in class. In class, you were given a Venn diagram. If you would go ahead and get that out and begin filling it in. The presidential and parliamentary differences that exist. Number one, we're gonna go ahead and apply this to the United States and the United Kingdom and extend that example a little further. The United States is a federal democracy. We talked about systems of government. So a federal is when the power is shared. That should be a review. And then the United Kingdom is a unitary. So the power is not necessarily shared. The central government is the stronger, has most of the power. So in a presidential democracy, you have the president who is elected by the people, in contrast to the parliamentary democracy, where the prime minister is not directly voted by the people. In a parliamentary democracy, whichever party has the majority, and the UK has a lot of political parties, the majority party will then appoint a prime minister who is sanctioned by the head of state, which is actually separate from the head of government. So in addition to having an executive power, they also have, or the head of government, they also have a head of state who's more of a figurehead and participates in ceremonial things such as the appointment of prime minister. And that would be Queen Elizabeth II, who is right here. Lovely Queen Elizabeth II. And in a presidential democracy, Congress has no part in the election of the president. So the election that takes place for our president and the election that takes place for our Congress members are completely two separate elections. And with the parliamentary democracy, there's only one election, and that one election selects legislative members of Parliament, and from Parliament or within Parliament, the Prime Minister rises. Like I said, the Prime Minister is not directly voted for by the citizens. Also, in a presidential democracy, there are